In the battle with Yuan Kongye, his only effective means of attack is the pupil technique, Kamui. This battle was fought to the border of the snow worship sect, and the avenue was wiped out. With the defense ability with almost no dead angle, no matter how terrible the attack of Yuan Kongye is, it will be absorbed by Zhang Yi with the dimensional shield and then bounced back. Zhang Yi is not always in a passive state of being beaten. Once he finds Yuan Kongye's gap, he will use Kamui to attack. Yuan Kongye has always been afraid of the power of Kamui, and the attack cannot be too wanton. Whenever Zhang Yi used Kamuir, she had to use destruction to counterattack. With the ruins of the snow worship sect as the center, the area of 10 kilometers became the battlefield for the two. Spherical illusory light balls appeared in the air, and everything within the range would be devoured. Logically speaking, Zhang Yi's current combat power is far inferior to Yuan Kongye, and he can't sustain such a long battle. However, on the one hand, he has the blessing of the power of the Xingqian Legion, and on the other hand, he has stored a large amount of supernatural food in his mutant space. While fighting, he will eat to restore his physical strength and supernatural power. If not, he will be completely exhausted after using 5 Kamui at most. And because of this, he felt the horror of Yuan Kongye. After fighting for so long, her supernatural power is still as terrifying as the ocean. Zhang Yi has a profound experience of the power of Leal 5. This is based on the fact that Yuan Kongye is not proficient in combat experience. As for the others, they can only watch the battle and shout. Even Bailey Changqing gave up joining the battle later. In his opinion, in a battle of this level, he would only be a burden in the past, and he was not qualified to join in. Because of this, everyone's attitude towards Zhang Yi changed from being unfavorable at the beginning to being shocked now. This defense is too terrible. Fortunately, we didn't keep fighting with Zhang Yi, otherwise we would be the ones to be destroyed in the end. Xiao Honglian and Wei Dinghai had the same idea in their hearts. But even if we continue like this, it's not a big deal. Meng Siyu looked solemn. Different levels of mutants, the difference in the amount of superpowers in their bodies is also extremely huge. Especially after reaching level 5, it is impossible to understand it with the eyes of ordinary superhumans. Zhang Yi's attack has no effect on her. Even if it can delay her time, she can't win. Once Yuan Kongye gets tired of it, he can just abandon him and attack us first. Everyone's heart sank. What Meng Siyu said was indeed reasonable. Zhang Yi just had a strong defense, so Yuan Kongye couldn't kill him for a while. However, if Yuan Kongye wanted to leave, Zhang Yi couldn't stop him. With telekinesis, her flying speed is not much different from teleportation. She can completely abandon Zhang Yi and kill others first. Except trusting Zhang Yi, we have no other way. Bailey Changqing hugged his arms and said in a deep voice, "If Yuan Kongye really wants to kill us, we will definitely not be able to escape from an Ypsilon." They had even heard of China's first Ypsilon, the mysterious strongman in Shengjing district. He could even kill people thousands of miles away. Everyone knew in their hearts that Bailey Changqing was right. Under the absolute power gap, all small thoughts are in vain. Unless Zhang Yi can beat Yuan Kongye, or at least consume her so much that she is unable to chase, otherwise there is no point in them running. On the battlefield, Zhang Yi and Yuan Kongye have been fighting for more than 10 minutes. Yuan Kongye's eyes gradually showed an anxious look. She has used dozens of methods to deal with Zhang Yi. But Zhang Yi's dimensional shield and space shuttle are simply bugs. You can't hit him and you can't catch him. This made Yuan Kongye, who thought she was close to a god, very angry at this time. Her attack became even more terrifying. Destruction! Ka'amui! Another bombardment between big moves. The space appeared colorful again, and a building was affected. A spherical hole was melted directly from the waist, and then it collapsed. Yuan Kongye couldn't defeat Zhang Yi for a long time, and her mood became more and more anxious. At this time, she missed Zhang Yixian more and more. She only needed to be a symbol of the snow worship cult and worship the gods all day long. Zhang Yixian, if you were still here, you would definitely know how to solve such troubles, right? She couldn't help but sigh in her heart. Suddenly, an idea flashed in her mind. Because of her impatience before, she was entangled by Zhang Yi. Think about it. What would Zhang Yixian do at this time? Yuan Kongye was blessed and chose to give up Zhang Yi and fly away to find trouble with Uncle Yu and the other two. Attack them and you must save them. Only then can Zhang Yi reveal his flaws. Have you learned to be smart? Zhang Yi's eyes flashed, but there was a hint of mockery at the corner of his mouth. Yuan Kongye only realized at this time that Uncle Yu and the others had long disappeared. All this was arranged by Zhang Yi. At this time, Uncle Yu and others had already run away. Yuan Kongye, who had been fighting with Zhang Yi, did not notice this at all. Only Xiao Honglian and others were still nearby. When they saw Yuan Kongye rushing towards them, their faces changed drastically. Yuan Kongye glanced at Zhang Yi angrily. Zhang Yi looked indifferent. Anyway, he could not put himself in danger to save these people now. Yuan Kongye wanted to kill them. However, if Yuan Kongye wanted to kill Baili Chang King, Xiao Honglian, and others, she would leave his back to Zhang Yi. This was a great opportunity for Zhang Yi to win. What a hateful guy! Yuan Kongye's face, calm and calm, disappeared. Even though she had the power to push everything, she had no way to deal with this bug-level defense. Zhang Yi was like a warlike black tortoise at this time, with a hard tortoise shell all over his body, and you could not break it no matter what. But once you reveal a flaw, there is a snake hidden in the tortoise shell, which will bite you hard. Yuan Kongye tried to calm herself down. She lacked combat experience, but as the actual combat progressed, she slowly learned a lot. She determined the characteristics of Zhang Yi's defensive ability. First, the range is limited. Space Shuttle is limited to a range of 300 meters. The dimensional shield is limited to protecting the space around him. So if you want to defeat him, you must use a large-scale range attack, and the power is also large enough. Yuan Kongye has been using this method, but it has not had a good effect. Yuan Kongye's mind suddenly flashed, and suddenly she had a new way. Her eyes gradually turned red, her hair moved without wind, and with her as the center, a raging flame suddenly emerged, turning into hundreds of fire dragons attacking Zhang Yi. High temperature can't be avoided. But Zhang Yi is wearing combat uniforms. That kind of specially made combat uniforms can withstand a temperature of thousands of degrees in a short period of time. Zhang Yi used the dimensional shield to block the attack in front of him, but the next moment, the hundreds of huge fire dragons actually bypassed him and then suddenly slammed into the ground. Huh? Zhang Yi frowned. It's not a direct attack on him, so what is the purpose? The huge fire dragon rushed into the ground, and thick white smoke suddenly spread. Now there were ice and snow everywhere, which melted into thick water vapor in an instant, blocking Zhang Yi's sight. Are you playing a sneak attack on me? Zhang Yi felt alert in his heart, and soon he felt like he was in a foggy valley and couldn't see anything. The temperature around him was getting higher and higher. Zhang Yi wanted to escape from this area, but the huge space around him had been affected by the high temperature and was full of white fog. Zhang Yi couldn't even tell the direction. Waves of water sounded into Zhang Yi's ears. A huge lake had appeared on the ground. In front of Zhang Yi, a very strange scene appeared. One by one, water droplets quickly rose into the air and came to Zhang Yi's surroundings, filling up the entire space. Not good. Zhang Yi immediately realized that something was wrong. At this time, even if he used Space Shuttle, he could not escape the range covered by these water droplets. More and more water droplets floated into the air, turning into a long river in the air with a wide coverage area. High in the sky, Yuan Kongye exhaled downward. It was a stream of white smoke, which soon turned into a huge ice storm after it came out of her mouth. The long river began to freeze in an instant, and in less than 2 seconds, it was all condensed into one piece. The drop in temperature caused the mist to turn into ice particles and fall down. As the mist dissipated, an unimaginable spectacle appeared on the battlefield. A huge cube of ice stood in the center of the battlefield, and its length was thousands of meters. Yuan Kongye's eyes showed a trace of fatigue. Even with her current strength, it would be extremely consuming to use such a large-scale supernatural power. But a happy smile appeared on her lips. Even if you are very good at hiding, you can't hide from such a large-scale attack.